So God called a man named Abram to get out of his country, and he didn't know where he was going, but he chose to obey God anyway. In the New Testament, it talks about how he went out looking for a city whose builder and maker was God. That's the only foundation that we ever need in this life, is if it's God's doing it, that's what I want to do. I don't want to do it just because somebody else is doing it or because somebody else thinks it's the right thing to do. I want to know what God has to say about it, amen? About my promise, about my family and his strength. You know, this week, my family had a difficult situation to deal with. My brother he passed on into heaven on Tuesday night, and it was difficult. This last year of his life was hard. But we had a presence of God in the hospital room and even in his homegoing service on Friday that was unmistakable. The presence of God just settled into that place and continues to settle into our lives when we reach out to him. He is such a good God, amen. And I know I had people praying for me and friends and church members and elders, and our family felt it. And we thank you so much for that. He's transitioned into heaven. My husband did the service Friday, and he said, you know, this is not a funeral, this is a love story. Because he was reunited with his wife who had gone there almost 20 years before. And they're rejoicing together in heaven. They just went on ahead of us. And it was hard to depart. But God always imparts his peace and his strength. Amen? He's such a good God. He's so faithful. Have you ever experienced that yourself? Let me see your hand where you don't even understand how it happened. He says, and that's what he said, it's a peace that passes all understanding. I don't understand how, my mother even said, I don't know how to understand how we can have this peace, but it was real. And then there were moments where the sorrow came in, and then we went back to the peace. But it's a journey, right? And we celebrate the life, and we rejoice in all the good. We remember the good, because he was 71 years old, and we had 71 amazingly fun, good years. And we're looking forward to eternity being together. One story I love to tell is my brother. You know, we really weren't a family that went to church. We went once or twice a year, and not really serious Christians, or, you know, we were Catholic, but we really weren't faithful to go to church. And one day we were around the table. Mama had cooked. She was the best cook in the world, probably. I know that's true. I mean, she's been published in magazines. She knows how to cook. She knows how to cook anything seafood. She's great. In fact, we make even the simplest dishes that she makes are just unforgettable, make you smack your lips for like days. And so we were on the table, and my brother was just a young teenager, maybe 12 or something like that, and she had 6 kids. We're all around the table, single parent home. And Darrell says, Mom, would you like me to say grace before we eat? And she looked at him so surprised and so blessed and so proud and says, well, Darrell, that would be so nice. Oh, sure, honey, go ahead and do that. And he said, grace. And that was just a little glimpse into our brother Darrell, his fun, wit, simple, but good. I remember I went to work at a donut shop, and I did Jay's Pastry Shop in Houma, Louisiana. I think all the daughters worked there at some point or another. And he used to like to make jokes about us, and that's where I learned to mop. And it's important to know how to mop. I mean, even today I go into restaurants and I say, these people don't know how to mop a floor. So I'm slipping all over. They got too much soap in their water. They need to reduce the soap, rinse that mop. Anyway, get a new mop. Anyway, sidetrack. Y'all can follow me, I know. It's nothing new here. Anyway, I'm in the pastry shop selling all those. I think I ate about half of what I sold. And I didn't steal them because they told me you can eat all the donuts you want. I said, yes, I'm in the right place. Anyway, so my brother would always make a joke. He said, yeah, she works at Jay's Pastry. She makes a lot of dough. I loved it. We could go on all day talking about Darrell isms. Great jokes. Good brother. Thank God that he brings families together. Amen? Great things that we can believe. We can choose to obey God. Hi, I'm Cathy Duplantis. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with all things Jesse Duplantis Ministries. God bless.
This media is copyrighted by Jesse Duplantis Ministries for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this media or of any pictures or accounts without Jesse Duplantis Ministries' consent is strictly prohibited.